Hey gang, we got a pretty cool one to talk about today, which is Square. So Square is pretty interesting because I was actually really wrong about Square until digging into a little bit more research about a month or two ago. Also digging more into Jack Dorsey. So Jack Dorsey is this founder of Square, which originally started out as a payment system for your phone or iPad or whatever, and I kind of thought that's all it was. But then I learned a couple different things, and I'm gonna go about in this video. I think Square could actually be much bigger than it is. So Square was founded in 2009 by Jack Dorsey, who's also the CEO of Twitter. So Square is actually doing a similar thing that Tesla is doing for energy and mobility, but Square is taking that approach to the financial industry. So for example, Square is not just an e-commerce platform. So you have 4 different sectors of Square. So the most popular branch of Square is the retail, where you're going to a coffee shop and they have an iPad or a phone and you just swipe your card there. Actually, the little stands with the iPads that flip, that's also run by Square. So you have the retail space, which is what I thought was the most popular. In addition to that, they actually have the Cash App. Now the Cash App is growing like wildfire, and actually estimates by ARK Invest now estimate that Cash App is growing at about 60% year over year, where Venmo is growing about 50% year over year, which is still very, very quick growth. But in terms of compounding over time, the Cash App is really growing quickly, especially shown in the Google Trends here from ARK Invest's recent report. And what's cool about this app is that, kind of like Venmo, you can transfer money between one another very quickly, very easily. I have both Venmo and the Cash App. However, the Cash App allows you to invest in stocks too. So now we're talking about taking market share from Venmo, but now you're able to invest in stocks as low as $1. So now this is kind of cutting into Robinhood, Betterment, Webull, that market share as well. And additionally, it's letting you invest in cryptocurrencies. So now you're taking market share from Coinbase, Robinhood, Venmo, all in one Cash App. And this is really cool because the company also lets you go in person, and now pretty soon you'll be able to buying with the Cash App at stores that use Square's retail payments. So you're building this umbrella. So kind of like in Tesla, you have energy production in the solar, energy storage in the batteries, and energy consumption in the cars under one umbrella, just vertically integrated to the ground. Whereas Square is now doing the same thing. They're going into investing, cryptocurrency, and retail all in one, which is pretty amazing. Even recently, they're starting to promote Cash App heavily on TikTok, for example, attracting over 140 million TikTok views to date. Basically, the Cash App is building a robust user base by targeting specific consumer networks with a sticky peer-to-peer payment ecosystem, which has become the launching pad for higher value ad-in financial services. This is so smart. They're attracting these young, impressionable people that are on TikTok and looking for something simple, and using that as a launch point, basically like the foot in the door phenomenon, where you have someone accept one small thing or get them started with one thing and get them comfortable with you or get them comfortable with an idea, and then basically upselling them into other financial services. They're going to have them investing and saving and trading all inside the Cash App. It's very smart, but they're building these people, they're starting them young, and as freaky as that sounds, it's actually very smart. Their market cap right now is at $26 billion. Now their stock price right now is at $62 a share, which may seem a little high considering the price to earnings ratio is of 76. But when you consider featuring in future growth, P/E of 76 actually isn't that crazy, even though it's a really high. Usually companies have around 30. Amazon, for example, has 106 price to earnings ratio right now, which is crazy. But that's just the world we are in now. The stock market doesn't necessarily reflect exactly what the company is worth, but I guess the response and the public image and the hype about a company. But as far as the Square app, I have bought a couple shares, planning to hold them for quite a bit because I'm excited to see this come to fruition, where they can potentially start to take out the big banks. I mean, if you have an application, as Elon even said when he was first making PayPal, if you have an application where you can store money, grow money, and spend money, and be lent money, as well as small businesses are having their payroll and their different analytics done on Square's platform as well, where else would you put your money? I mean, this is like literally taking over everything you would do with your money. They're going into it. So people can basically financially live in the Square app, which is like crazy. So yeah, I think
it's going to be one to look out for, especially as they go more into becoming kind of like a digital bank. And I'm excited to see where they go. And their new quarter earnings for Q1 2020 will be out May 6th. So I'll keep an eye on those. Maybe I'll do another video updating on how that went for them. Anyways, guys, one to keep a look on. Thanks for checking in. I will see you next time. Take care.